Third point. Okay. Hi, Sury.
Hi, dear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can't see you yet.
I know. I was sleeping. So I thought it was tomorrow.
Oh, well, if it's better to do it tomorrow, we can do it tomorrow because it would be nice to see, to see your expression on your face.
Is anybody else on here or no?
No, it was just you. I just wanted to do a follow-up after the
Oh.
photometagnosis session that we did where we reviewed your 9
Yeah,
pictures.
hon, I'll take my thing off for you, of course. Okay.
Oh, look at your beautiful face. So I know there were a lot of interesting revelations that I say we were all because it was you and then Karen Wen was also, she was,
Yeah, I love Karen.
she got to see, no one, I didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what to expect. And I'm sure Karen didn't know what to expect either. So I just wanted to kind of get your feedback as to what you thought and what you felt as we went through each picture and what your insights were.
I felt like you kind of said like what I've been kind of feeling intuitively. Some things, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. Like I feel like really divinely protected and guided. And you picked up on it right away. I was like, oh yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it was really interesting. The things that I,
That came out.
that came up that it's like I saw the pictures and then I was seeing beyond the pictures. And then I had certain sensations, which then I was, I was inclined then to share with you what I was sensing and feeling and knowing. I thought it was very interesting about the 3 very prominent angels that you have they're like flanking you all the time.
Yeah.
And then the star systems, was it, I think 8 star systems that are under you that support you?
I think so. I think you said 8. Yeah.
I think there are 8 star systems. Yeah, it was very revealing. So I know that you also experienced during the photometanosis session, you experienced also a lot of like chills and vibrations in your body because
Right.
it seemed like we were sensing it at the same time as things were being revealed. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. When you mentioned, well, I think it was like almost throughout the whole reading. When I just felt like it's hard to explain. I just felt that the sensations in my body when you would mention something that I guess really resonated with me, and then I even like people next to me were feeling it too. So you were hitting some type of nerve there. The money for sure.
Yeah, and then you had that one picture with Bernie, and then I got the word Gemini. And
Right. And you picked up my sign, which was insane.
So I didn't know that was your sign. I just
Right.
decided it had some sort of relevance to you, but I had no idea it had to do with your astrological sign. So I thought that was really uncanny too.
Right.
So,
and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I never told anybody what my sign was. And she's like, are you a Gemini? And I'm like, how do you know that? So
I didn't. And I know nothing about horoscopes, astrological signs. I don't know. So that's why I just saw Gemini and I thought, Gemini? I'm like, are you a
yeah,
Gemini? So
yeah. I'm definitely gonna tell my friends that they need to like send you pictures because that was a little too eerie, accurate, and it just resonated. So yeah.
so fantastic. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, and I think it's also neat that you're able to get confirmation of where you are
What
right now
and what I was feeling.
and what you're feeling now and what's coming. I thought it was like over the next 72 hours and then also over the next 6 months.
Right. So I'm still waiting on the 72 hours for the names that you were telling me, right? That are gonna be sort of revealed.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So I was kind of keeping an eye out today to see if I see any signs. Is anything coming up for you now?
I just heard Metatron.
Okay.
So yeah, as soon as you asked that, I heard Metatron. So
Okay.
we share. That's what like I have one of my angels who has never ever not been with me is
Mm-hmm.
Metatron. He's like always 3 inches like right next to me.
Mm.
I actually got to see him for the first time uh, June of 2019.
Okay.
So after the 72 hours are up, I will reveal to you my first experience where I saw him, what was revealed to me, because I
Right.
think that there's certain things that are going to resonate with you,
Okay.
and it was surprising what he looked like because it's not what you would expect. I mean, I didn't
Mm.
expect anything because I wasn't looking. I was calling upon all healing energies to do a coherence healing. So I wasn't even, I was talking to angels, but I was talking to all sorts of healing energies, you know, across all time, dimension, space, and reality. If you're a positive, loving, energetic being, I wanted them to bring this energy to heal this person.
Right.
So then he revealed him. He showed up several times that day. I'm like, you're here again? I'm like, well, call all your friends, all your buddies, all your energies that you know, because this is what we do. We help people heal. And then the rest was history. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's fantastic. So yeah, so this was just a day. It was actually, this is the second day because this
Yeah.
was,
Yeah. Yeah. This is the second day.
so
Starting
you'll know by tomorrow because it was in the evening that we did it. So the 72
Right.
hours will be up actually about 24 hours from now. The 72 hours will be complete.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Hey.
I wanted to show you also, if you're interested, I do this report where I take each one of your pictures, and this is the photometagnosis report.
Mm-hmm.
So the pictures that you give me, I'll put 3 of them on the cover of the report, and then we go through and we identify each picture and then what came up for each picture.
Right.
And that way you have something that you can look back as time progresses.
Right. To
And, you
reflect
know,
on.
yeah, whether you decide this is a one-time thing or you want to do like maybe every 6 months or every year, then you can go back and you can reference and you can go, oh, wow, you can compare and contrast,
Right.
you know, what is and what has happened. And so
Right.
it's a nice little report. So if that's something you might be interested in, it's, I don't know how many pages it'll be because it all depends on how long, whatever it is I need to write.
Right.
But you'll have basically the description of each picture. So for example, like on the cover of this one, she had
Mm-hmm.
a black dog and a white dog. So I just put image dog and then what was revealed
Right.
about dogs and what relevance it had. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm excited you share Metatron, and we'll see what comes up in the next 72 hours and maybe 7 days. Let's see. Today's Monday, Sunday, so it was Saturday. So Saturday would be 7 days from the day that we initially did the session. So maybe if you're available Saturday for less than 30 minutes, we can see what has happened in the last
For
7
you,
days.
of course.
All right, Sury.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions, any comments, any Anything
No,
to,
I'm just kind of just keeping my eyes open and seeing what's gonna come out of it, because it just resonated so much while you were doing the reading that I was just like, oh my God, this is I couldn't put it into words. I was
yeah.
just in shock, you know? So yeah, I just want to see, what's to come, and the sort of the predictions that you had, right, for the 6 months, right, and what's going to come up. But it's one of the things that I kind of felt something was shifting, and you just kind of gave me that confirmation, when you look through the pictures and you said, this is what I'm getting and this is what I'm feeling, and I started to feel it too. So I'm just letting it all, unfold naturally how it's meant to. And that reading was great. It really, really resonated with me. So thank you.
You're welcome. I know right after we did that reading, we went to room 2171, if you recall, and there were people all seated at the table. I've
Mm-hmm.
never done this before, but something made me look at my palm. And then I actually looked at everybody's hand, and this has
I
nothing to
remember.
do.
Yeah, I remember with the M's, right?
Yeah, everybody. I mean, every single person I checked that was sitting around the table, and the people that were standing against the wall next to the counter, every single person had the M on their hand, which I thought, that's incredible that every
Right.
single person had the M. Some of them had them bigger than others. One person had a like huge M. And then there's another person who conversely had it very, very light, but everybody had it on their hand.
And what did it stand for again? The M, like, now I'm.
So, so M, it stands, that is a sign because it has to do with your heart line, your lifeline, your intellect line, and how the meridians cross over, forming the
Okay.
letter M. That shows that you have very heightened intuition. You
Okay.
have heightened abilities to manifest and intuit things. So you can think of M as in, I use the
Manifestation.
acronym, sorry, for what?
M as a manifestation.
Yeah, as in manifestation, as in magic, where like for me, the word magic is
Oh, I like that.
manifesting according to God's infinite creation.
I love
So it's not the traditional
that.
magic, it's the magic where you're actually, it's like you're an alchemist, a metaphysician. You're able to see whatever is in the 3D world, but you're
Mhm.
able to mold the energy and morph it into either, if it's something unwanted, you can morph it into the wanted. If it's just plain and it's just you want something different and a new reality, a new house, a new car, a healing for someone, you can mold the clay so that that becomes so, and you do it with like a sacred intention.
Hmm.
And most people don't. What I
Really?
yeah, so I looked, like I said, I don't know why because I've never done that before. I've never had the impulse to look at people's hands. And so I thought, I don't know what prompted me to do that. So then I looked up to see a little bit more information about that. And apparently in the general population, usually you don't find it very often.
Wow.
I
That
really
is
have to look up more information about it because I don't know.
okay.
But
But
I
the
know
fact
that
that you had
my
the
intuition,
intuition to look and notice that everybody had it.
everybody. So I thought that
That
was uncanny. Now, it's a group of everybody's a healer in that group. Everyone's into, those healing modalities and energetics. So,
right.
but I thought it was just uncanny how 100%. I'm kind of now I'm wanting to, this is my left brain is like, okay, now whenever I'm in a group of people, I'm going to want to check.
Right.
I don't know if I will, but it was the same thing as, when I get out of my left brain and I just allow whatever the energy is to express itself and whatever I'm sensing, put it into
Mhm.
words. So that's kind of like what it was. I wasn't thinking about anything and just something, it was like an intuition, like an intuitive hit to check everybody's hand to see if they have an M on their palm. And I thought, okay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody has an M. That was crazy.
Well, let me tell you, your intuitive hit is right.
Yes,
Because
that was a fun surprise for for me to unfold for myself. And I could tell everybody was like, whoa, how is it? No one never noticed the M on their palm before. I mean, why would you?
Right, right.
Yeah, so. All good, all good. Well, thank you very much for doing this follow-up with me. And do I have permission to, keep this on my YouTube channel so other people who might be curious about what photometagnosis is?
For you, of course. You're amazing.
Thank you, Sury.
Share what you do. So yes.
Okay, sounds great. I did create a video about a week ago that I posted on, I think it's already posted on my YouTube channel, that explains what photometagnosis was.
Okay.
A little bit of the history of how it kind of came about. I have this friend that's traveling the world, and he routinely sends me pictures and videos all the time. And in this particular case, I had all these revelations that were being revealed to me. And then during that meditation, I received pictures from him. And so I was kind of in that kind of allowing state. And as I saw the pictures, but I wasn't just seeing the pictures for the beauty of the places where he was showing me. It was showing me other things. And I thought, I didn't know how I knew that. And then as I asked questions, then it was revealed to me. It was like, then the topic was taken off of anything having to do with him. And then I was told that just as, that, if somebody had pictures, like I could read pictures the way an oracle card reader or a tarot reader can read cards.
Read cards. And
I said,
did. For sure that night you did.
Yeah. So I said, so I was amused with this. I'm like, well, how is that supposed to work? I go, that doesn't make sense. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to ask people for their photo gallery on their phone and just look at the gallery or look at their Instagram account? And I heard, no, not necessarily. And then I heard, ask for 9, 18, or 27 pictures. And their subconscious, their inner being, their soul will know what pictures over the last 90 days are the best representative for you to tell them what's going on now, what's relevant in their life now, and what's coming like in the near future. And I thought, I go, how am I supposed to remember these numbers, 9, 18, 27? None of them, there's no rhyme or reason to them. And then they said they all add up to 9 when reduced. So I said, okay, 9, 18, 18, 1 plus 8 is 9, 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. I'm like, oh, I get it. And then there's a video that I did on the 198 Collective where it told me I was a 9. Anybody who found that video was a 9. I'm like, oh, okay. The pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. There's a thing about the 9s. I'm like, this must have something to do with a Tesla 369. They said yes. So they still didn't tell me how to do it. They just told me that I could. So I said, okay. So then I told the next day my daughter's best friend. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know how long this is going to take. Just send me the pictures. I'll go to my room. And when it's done, I'll let you know. And then I was like pleasantly surprised that as I looked at the pictures, I was able to tell just like I did with you. So like with you, you're the first person that I do it live with somebody like in front of me showing their pictures.
That was really, really cool. That was a really cool experience. Let me tell you, that was a good time. It was just like, holy crap. She she lifted the hood off of my car and she's like going in there and saying, this is what I'm seeing. And it just all resonated. So that was amazing. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. And thank you for allowing me, the privilege to sit down with you in your sacred space and to do this. I do want to remind you that in one of your pictures it was a little dark entity that's tied to, it's not just your past, it's been there for a long time. I got the sense that it went back several generations.
Okay.
It's a dark entity, but it's a puny entity.
Okay.
So it can't really do you any harm. You do need to clear it out though, because it's a nuisance that they're going to do whatever to trip you up and to.
How do you go about clearing that out?
Oh, okay. I thought you might know how to do that. Okay. All you need to do, simple. You don't need sage. You don't need candles. You don't need anything. You don't need crystals. If you have crystals, candles, sage, Palo Santo, that's fine. But you don't need to do it. All you need to do is you need to use your voice, because any whether it's a thought form
Mm-hmm.
or whatever kind of negative energy, they are not gods. They are not omnipotent. They don't have the ability to know what you're thinking. All they can do is
Mm-hmm.
example, and they can insert a negative thought. They can insert the vibration of fear in your surrounding and
Mm-hmm.
hope that you'll take the bait and you'll make it grow, which is what
Oh, I see.
makes people think that they can read your mind, but they can't read your mind.
That,
The other thing
okay.
is, because you are a light being, you are superior to them. So they have no recourse other than to obey you. But if you don't command them to leave, they can stay, because by default your free will is allowing them to be there. So all you have to do
Okay.
is say, whether you believe in Jesus doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You could say in the name of Jesus. You could say it in the name of, all my archangels, Michael, Gabriel. It depends
Mm-hmm.
if you want to say it, in the name of the Creator, the universe, God Almighty. I
Okay.
command you out. And then you go to every corner of your room, because those energies get stuck and they like to hide in corners. So,
Really? Okay.
whatever, you have authority more than anybody else in wherever it is that you live in, wherever it is that you sleep.
Okay.
So you can go if you have a home or an apartment, always
Mm-hmm.
start with your bedroom, because that's where you sleep at night. And you're going to want to go to the four corners. You can clap, which is what it breaks up the energy, because those thought forms are energy. It's a
Got
vibrational
it.
frequency. So by going to every corner, you just clap and say, in the name of God Almighty, I command you out. In the name of God Almighty, every corner, on the top corner,
Mm-hmm.
the bottom corner, that's it. And say, I command you out. I send you back to your original source, never to return again. And I bind you, across all time, dimension, space, and reality.
Okay.
You do it once and then they're gone. They can't come back. You do it if you have, like I said, if it's a home, then you're going to want to walk through your house, do all the rooms, kitchen, bathroom, living room.
Okay.
But that's how you do it. And then, like, for example, like whenever you travel,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes hotels can have, kind of an Uji being that's left behind. You just don't know, right?
Right.
Like this hotel room that I was in this last trip, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
the energy was clean in the room. There was no need for me to do anything.
Okay.
Sometimes it feels like, oh, something funny went on in here, or something less than clean was in this room. So then you just go through the room, bathroom, you're done. You don't have to do the whole entire hotel. It's just the room that you're in. You're commanding only clean, loving energies are going to be in that room. And that's it.
Hmm.
Done.
And so that gets it rid of the environment, but what gets it rid of it coming? Because if it was generational or
It won't come back to you, because you have a sacred bubble around you. Now, there's some other things that you can do to expand your, your aura, your etheric field, and so forth. But generationally, that usually will take care of it. Once in a very, very blue moon, you might have to do one other thing. You'll know right away. I had
okay.
somebody who moved into an apartment last year. And apparently, when she moved into the apartment, she didn't know that her landlord practiced witchcraft.
Okay.
And so, shortly after her moving in, it's expensive to move. It's not like
Right.
you can pick up and move every 3 months or 6 months or every year kind of a thing. So she had moved, and she had a government contract job where she was required to be where she was at. And
Mm-hmm.
so right away, within a couple of weeks of her being in the property, she knew that something was up. And she kept on having weird, dark, ugly stuff happening at night that was freaking her out, because she didn't know how to take charge over it. And
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. And then as she started to talk to her landlord more, she realized, oh no, she goes, this lady's into like, not just witchcraft, like really dark, ugly, bad stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
now she's like, I got to stay away from her. And oh my gosh, it's like, I can't afford to move and now I'm stuck. What am I going to do? And I told her, no, you don't, you're not stuck. You have higher authority. You have higher authority over your landlord and you have higher authority over all these beings. So I told her
Right.
basically what I told you to do. She
Mm-hmm.
went through and she did it. Done.
Mm.
She said as soon as she did that, finally she had a good night's sleep. And she said all the crazy, weird, bizarre things that were happening, they all stopped instantly.
Wow.
I think
That's
I might,
amazing.
I think I might be able to pull up. I talked to her on the phone. We did a Facebook, a Facebook video.
Mm-hmm.
And then I followed up with her and she responded on Facebook Messenger. So I'm going to see if I can find. That was kind of crazy. If I can, let's see if I can find where she responds back. Yeah, and about the time that this happened, it was really interesting because there were like 2, 3 other people where they were having weird stuff like that. I go, that's kind of weird how things kind of happen in 3s and 6s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here she goes. I just now stay in the state of rest and expectation, and it's flowing so much better. Let me see. Yeah, she goes. Yeah, so interesting that so much that is being exposed. Blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah, she could have been so very tired that I've not been able to work or edit. 'Cause she's also a book writer. Edit my book, and I paid the woman. I don't want to show her identity because I didn't get
Right.
her permission to show. But she goes, I leave here and I get settled in a more restful atmosphere for the next 6 months. I'll be in a better place of freedom to get it all out there. Even though I felt it was supposed to be out, her book was supposed to be out last year and it didn't get out for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. So she goes, I just now stay in a state of rest and expectation, and it's flowing so much better after she did the process that I told her.
Hmm.
So
Yes, I will definitely rewatch this. What's your YouTube name?
the YouTube name is Love and then the ampersand sign, Love and Many Secrets TV. And you can also go to it if you just put in your web browser damelillianwalker.com, it'll take you to that YouTube channel.
Okay.
And you'll see, I mean, you've already experienced the photometagnosis, but you'll see a video on what is photometagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see, you know, any of the other videos that I've done on how to get into theta state or any of the practices that I
Yeah,
do.
I would love to because you're right on the money.
So it sounds awesome. Well, listen, I know you're on the East Coast, you're 3 hours ahead, so it's getting late over there. So I will let you go, but I thank you for, you know, doing this follow-up, and we will talk to you on Saturday, unless we talk on Zoom on one of our other groups.
Yeah.
I'll just say ciao for now, my friend and Jim.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.